and welcome to another Lawn Fawn video. Today we're introducing our brand new stamp set, Plain and Simple, and its coordinating dies, so let's go ahead and check it out. So first up, we have the planes in this set. So we've got two different styles here, and then we've also got this great little banner that can trail after that plane there. We also have a paper airplane too, and then this great trail of smoke in the shape of a heart. We have three different sizes of clouds to add to your scene. And then we have two different styles of smoke that can come out from behind the plane. I love the heart-shaped ones. Then we have all of these phrases that can fit into that banner. So we have "You're the best," "Happy birthday," "Thanks," and "Congrats." Then we have three different sizes of smiley faces for the three different sizes of clouds. So we have small, medium, and large, and we have the little rosy cheeks to go with them, and also small, medium, and large too. And I love those little rosy cheeks. They're just so cute. And then we have some fun mix and match sentiments. So we have "You're plain awesome." Then we have "Miss you already," "I like you," and then we've got "plain" in a different style and "simple." So you could mix and match those two planes depending on the look that you want. We also have "Bon voyage," and then we have a "happy" that can go along with "Happy Father's Day" or "Happy Graduation," with which this set is perfect for both of those occasions. And then we also have the "Sky's the limit," and then that cute little heart too, in both solid and open. So now I'm going to be using my Copic markers to color in these planes, and these planes are super fun to color in. So I decided to use some neutral grays to kind of get this nice kind of steely airplane look. And I'm using the curves of the stamp and where the wings kind of meet into the airplane to guide where I'm going to put my shading. Then I put my dark color, then blend it out with my medium, and then blend that out with my light. And I'm just going back and kind of adding some more shading so I get some nice three-dimensional look, and then putting a really light blue for the windows. And I think it looks really cool. In this case here, I am going to color this plane in some fun colors, and I love doing it with this style of plane. You can really choose any colors to match your card, and so some pinks and some yellows I thought would be really pretty. And then I'm going to color in the body of the plane with a really light E quadruple 0, and also use the same thing for that banner too, and it gives it kind of an old-timey look, which I really like, just kind of like it's a little bit brown, a little bit old. Then I'm going to be using some cool grays here for this heart of smoke, and I'm adding shadow where all of the little pieces overlap each other, and that's really going to give it a nice three-dimensional look. And you can see just by adding those little dark areas, it really looks super dynamic. And then next up, I'm going to be coloring the paper airplane with some warm grays to kind of make it look like an old piece of paper, but it's really fun to color the paper airplanes in all sorts of colors too. And then for my clouds, I'm going to be using some of those really light blues that we used for the window on the plane, and I'm going around the edges and then blending it out with my colorless blender so that that light blue kind of goes into nothing. It gives the clouds a little extra something, but kind of leaves them white too, which I really like. Now here are the coordinating dies, and you can bend them apart at the tabs or use your wire snips to separate them. And then I'm just going to take my die, line it up with my stamped images, hold it in place with some low-tack tape, and then run it through my die cut machine to get perfectly cut images. And I just love that plane, it's just so cute. And then here you can see all of the images in this set and how you can connect that little banner with that plane, and it makes for such a cute card. Now first up, I'm going to be recreating a card by Nicole that was absolutely beautiful, and here I have my watercolor wishes paper and my new stitch cloud backdrop die, and so I'm going to run that through my die cut machine and get that beautiful stitch cloud detail. And then I'm going to take the smiley faces from the Plain and Simple stamp set and stamp them in some manatee ink, which is a nice light gray, into all of those clouds in the stitch cloud backdrop. And I think it looks so cute. I just love this idea so much. And those little smiley faces are the perfect size in the Plain and Simple stamp set for these clouds. Now here I'm just trimming a 1/4 inch off either side. I realized I had forgotten to do that. I meant to do that originally, and I thought, let me do it now before I forget. And then I'm finishing up my smiley faces in the clouds. Next up, I am going to add some rosy cheeks with some Ballet Slippers ink. And so I'm going to line those up with all of the smiley faces, and it just looks so pretty. I just love it so much. It's just so cute. Now, next up, I am going to get out my trusty Puffy Cloud border dies. I love these dies so much. They're older dies, but they work perfect with the plain and simple stamp set. And so here I have got some white cardstock that I've cut down, and I'm just going to go ahead and run that through with my Puffy Cloud border, and that's going to line up over this great stitch cloud backdrop. So I'm making a little mark as to how high I want it to be. I'm going to trim it down and then use that extra piece that's left over to cut the other size there, the largest size of the Puffy Cloud border die. And then I'll do the same thing. I'm going to line that on top and kind of decide where I want it to be, make a little pencil mark, and then trim that off so that it's the perfect size for my card. Sorry, my dogs keep barking today. They are just way too excited today. Well, now I'm going to go ahead and stamp the plain and simple sentiment onto that Puffy Cloud border that's going to go on the front of my card, and I'm going to layer that bigger piece in the back with some tape runner, and then take my other piece and add some foam adhesive just to give it some nice dimension. Now, once I had all of these layered, I needed to stamp out some more images. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp out another plane and color it the same way I did earlier, and then stamp out the banner and also that heart-shaped cloud there in some manatee ink too, and then stamp the sentiment in some bubblegum ink. And then I'll take my dies and line those up, run it through my die cut machine, and now I'll have these cut out and looking super cute for my card. And so now I'm ready to layer all my pieces. So I've added some foam tape to the back of all of my pieces, and I'm just going to start lining up these cute little planes, and then I love that banner coming out the back of it. And what I love is you could change the sentiment in that banner to anything depending on what kind of cards you needed, which is really cool too. Now here I have some craft cardstock that I am making into a standard size 5.5 by 4.25 inch card, and I'm going to layer my whole scene right on top of that, and this card is looking so cute. I love that you could change the sentiments, and you could also change the colors of the cloud background and the planes to really make it perfect for any occasion. Now, if you guys saw the Lift the Flap intro video, you would have seen that I decorated the inside of this card for that video. So I'll make sure to link to that video in the description below. And then here you can see how you can actually even make this perfect to put a gift card in it. So I use my simple gift card slots and my Lift the Flap die and Push Here stamp set to create this fun little flap that is just so cool. So make sure to check out that video too. So now it's time to make another card. So I've stamped out a bunch of images from Plain and Simple and also a banner from Bannertastic, and I'm curving that plain and simple sentiment to fit into that banner, which I think looks super cool and kind of goes along with the whole plain thing. And then I'm going to also stamp the You're the Best in the banner that comes in the Plain and Simple set. And I'll take all of my coordinating dies and line those up and cut out all of those images. And next up, it is time for a scallop box card pop-up. So I cut out some pattern paper from Pint Size Patterns, my 6x6 pad of that. Then here I have some watercolor wishes paper that I cut with the scallop box card pop-up die, and also some craft cardstock, and then the inserts for the box card out of some craft cardstock too. So now I'm going to go ahead and fold along the vertical score lines here for my box card pop-up of 2 pieces that I've cut out. Then I'm going to take my score tape and put that right along that tab, and I'm going to line up these 2 pieces to create one long piece. To line them up perfectly, I like to butt them up against each other in an L shape, and for some reason that really helps me line it up. So I kind of put them together like that and then push that tab down so that it adheres it into one nice long piece. Now once I have this long piece, I can go ahead and remove the liner tape from that tab, and then all I need to do is close it shut like a book, and it's going to perfectly line up and make the beginning of my box card. Now once my box card is formed, I'm going to go ahead and fold down 3 of the sides, one of the bigger sides and both of the smaller sides, so that I can start decorating the inside of my box. So I'm going to take all of those inserts that I created there earlier and fold them along the embossed lines there, along those score lines on both sides of all 3 of them, and then I'm going to add tape to those little tabs on all 3 of these inserts. And then it's time to insert them into the box. So I like to drop them in the box, and then I adhere down the left side there. I start to close the box while holding the right side. I push it into perfect place, press down on the box, which is going to make that adhesive stick on the other side, and it's going to make it perfectly lined up each time. So I'm going to repeat it again. I'm going to tape it down to the left side, hold on to that right side while I close the box all the way. Then I'm going to push that right side into position, press down on the box, and open it up, and it's going to be perfectly lined up on the inside. Now here I'm trimming some white cardstock to 3¼ inches wide because that's how wide the box is, and I'm going to cut it with my puffy cloud border dies. Then those watercolor wishes ones we cut earlier of the scallop boxcard pop-up, we're actually going to trim those along all of the cut and score lines because we want individual pieces that we can then decorate the box with. So now I'm going to take all of those pieces we trimmed down and line them up on my Stitch Cloud backdrop die, run it through my die cut machine, and get some beautiful stitched clouds onto that watercolor wishes paper that's just gorgeous. So I'm going to line up the other ones there and run those through too. Now next up, I am going to take some clouds there from Plain and Simple and the Puffy Cloud border die pieces there, and I'm creating a backdrop for the back of the card. I'm going to trim off any excess of that card, add some tape runner to that, and then line that up on the back of my card so that I have this great kind of sky backdrop for this whole scene. Now next up here, this is the Ahoy Matey set, and it has this great little compass rose in it. So we're going to stamp that on one of the pieces and line up some more clouds from Plain and Simple, and then I'll go ahead and trim off those edges too. And then now I can layer all of those pieces onto my box card, and I think it looks so beautiful. And so I'll add some more clouds to another piece and trim off the excess of those too. And I just love this card so much. It is a card by Yanea that I just fell in love with so much, and I asked her if I could make it for the video, and she said I could, so I just had to share it with you guys. And there is some pint-sized patterns there with that orange, and then we're going to add the Plain and Simple Banner-tastic banner with some foam tape. Now all of those little puffy cloud pieces we cut earlier, I'm going to layer those over the inserts that we inserted. So there you can see the tallest one in the back and then kind of going forward, making them smaller, and it's really gorgeous because it looks like this box full of clouds. Now here I just have a normal piece of acetate transparency, and I'm trimming them down to about 1/4 inch wide by like 2 to 3 inches, and I am layering those on the back of all of these images, so both the plain and the plains banner. And then also I'm going to add some adhesive to all these strips and add them to the clouds too. Once they all have acetate pieces, then I'm ready to start adding them into the box. So you'll see here I'm going to add some tape to the bottom of those acetate strips, and I'm going to layer them between the clouds and that craft insert, and that's going to help hide some of that acetate strip and really make it look like it's floating in the air. I just love using acetate pieces like this with these box cards because it really gives this extra added element of it's just so cool when you see it all put together. So I'm just layering a bunch of clouds there, just trying to create kind of a cute scene. You can add as many or as little clouds as you want, and you can see just how fun this is. The plane is flying through the clouds. It's just so gorgeous, and it's so much fun when you pop it open. I cannot wait to give this to someone. It'd be such a nice thank you. And for this card too, you could change up the sentiments and make it for any occasion, also change up the colors too. So I just love how beautiful and three-dimensional this is. It just makes me smile. It's so fun. Now next up, I have some gorgeous cards from the design team. They are just so amazing, and I love that these cards are going to show how you can use this set for so many different occasions. So first up, we have Elise's circle-shaped card. I think it's so gorgeous, and I love all of those little smiling clouds. And then I love how Kristen used the paper airplanes, and I love her masculine color palette too. It's just so beautiful. And then here we have a gorgeous card by Elena, and I love how she kind of created that opening in the middle. It really highlights the plane. And this is another card by Elena that is just way too cute. I love that little mouse in the paper airplane. This card by Audrey is awesome. I love that inked kind of rectangular piece that she created. I think it's just beautiful. And then this card by Elise is so happy and fun. I love the stitch trails with these airplanes. It works so well. This card by Lynette is so pretty. I love how she used the puffy cloud borders, and I just love her color palette too. And then Lizzie created a Chibitronics card with this where the plane lights up, which I think is so clever. Lynette shows us that Plain and Simple is a perfect match for the Upon a Star critters because they can look up at the plane flying away, which is just so cute. And I love how Yanea highlighted her scene by distress inking a little circle there in the middle. And then Lynette's magic slider with this set is so cute. It's perfect for the magic slider because you can see that plain color in. And then this card by another card by Lynette that's just so beautiful. I love how she put the puffy cloud borders at the top. I think that's really gorgeous. And then Audrey's card is so awesome. I love how it kind of looks like a Polaroid, and the "You're Plain Awesome" just makes me smile. So I cannot wait to see what you guys do with this set, so make sure to share it with us. Thank you so much for watching today, and have an absolutely amazing day. Bye!